Yo, this is Crypto Crazy here once again. And today I'm coming with a very special, very wonderful, exciting ICO evaluation for you guys. Today we're going to be looking at Quarkchain ICO, which is a blockchain technology ICO. So this is going to be a really interesting one. So before we delve in, I just want to give you some principles and some general considerations that we've already mentioned. In our previous video, we mentioned a list of 7. Today, I'm just going to give you 4 key sections that really influenced me in terms of my decision making. It's a non-exhaustive list anyway, as was the 7. But hopefully this is helpful. And essentially, we're just going to be looking into the white paper firstly. Then we'll go and look into the team. We'll look into the roadmaps, and then finally we'll look into some expert opinions of the product itself. So just to begin, the white paper, I guess we're going to split this into 3 sections. Firstly, the layout, followed by the grammar, and then finally look into the technology. So in terms of the layout of the white paper, I think it was laid out spectacularly. They version controlled it. It was well sectioned in terms of, and it's well segmented, etc. And they did very well when it came to all the grammar, everything like that, punctuation and whatnot. It was very well, such a very good read, in fact. In terms of, like I said, the grammar was fine, but I think more importantly now, the technology itself, the unique selling point of the product, it was a very good read. I think I found particularly profitable just the way they dealt with the different trade-offs. So, for example, if you want to pass more information, if you want to have better security, you need to pass more information. If you want to pass more information, it's going to be slower transactions per second, those kind of things. And then just and at the same time, how that reduces scalability, and how if you want to maintain scalability, then you might need to reduce security and all those kind of things. And it was it was a really informative kind of read, really interesting in terms of the things that they were covering. And I guess for me, I personally enjoyed it quite a lot. And one thing I would say is that they didn't just stop at trade-offs, but they also obviously put forward their unique selling point, which is the fact that they're intending to be able to hit a high level of transactions per second, up to 1 million, in fact, maybe 1 million, maybe more. They want to be able to hit over 1 million transactions per second, but they also want to be able to keep it secure, scalable, those kind of things. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful product. They're trying to do it through this technique called sharding, which is quite a different approach to what other things have taken, such as EOS or Bitcoin, for example. But it's something that will hopefully allow them to be able to tackle the issues that blockchain technology is currently facing. So this is definitely an encouragement and definitely a potential game changer when it comes to products out there at the moment. So in terms of the layout anyway, as I've said, I think that was spectacular. There was no big issues with grammar. And by the way, if there are any big issues presentationally, then it shows that somebody doesn't care enough about their products. So the fact that they've gone out of their way to make sure it's presented well, written up well, clear, informative, and very good explanations are given with regards to the actual technology itself. This is a really, really good start to this particular product, on this particular project. But onto the team now. Again, just to break this into developers, into marketing, and into advisors is what I would usually look at. The developers have first and foremost been committing. They've been committing to GitHub. So this is just a small screenshot from GitHub, and essentially a commit is a code block. And when an individual developer is comfortable with a bit of code that they've done, they'll eventually push that up to a repository, or they'll merge it into some master branch, and they'll push that up to the repository. And what this shows is that they've been working on the product. That's so key. If people are not working on the product, then it's a product you don't want to invest in. So that's good. On top of that, the developers are all academics. That's fantastic. They're PhD holders. They are from the University of Georgia Tech. They're from University of Michigan. They are well experienced. These are professors. This is really, really, really encouraging. Even just the fact that they have an institution that they're happy to put forward. They don't want to shame their institution. So again, it's a good thing. Um, and it looks like there's probably quite a lot of synergy between them in the sense that they've probably all worked together before. So this is good. This is encouraging, and it seems like we've got some really good minds on the project. And in terms of marketing, etc., and advisors, I'm not really too scared, because even just having seen this alone, because to be honest, I've looked at the Telegram group, and they have over 40,000 people in that group. They're having to, if anything, they're having to make sure that they tone it down in terms of the number of people. The amounts that people can invest, because they actually want to get a range of people, and so they're having to limit how much people can put in. So if anything, their marketing game is strong. They're doing a fantastic job in that regard, and so I'm highly encouraged. But I guess just to give a few words about their marketing team, just so that we're not completely so that you're not completely left in the dark. They split it out into operational development team and operational team. The operational team has essentially got CEOs, company founders, people who have worked on Wall Street, people who have worked in AI and robotics, and in various kind of marketing departments, people who have founded investment firms and whatnot. So it seems like they've got people who know what they're doing, and people who are experienced in that regard. And with regards to their advisors, again, they've got distinguished professors, they've got heavy investors, and in various kind of blockchain technology companies. They've got people who've worked for Sun, for example, Sun Microsystems, PhD holders, physicists, and whatnot. So again, heavily encouraged by the team, by the developers especially, but even more so as well by the marketing team and the advisors and whatnot. So the operational team and the advisors. So that's all good news. And in terms of their roadmap, this is something that I found to be quite interesting. So looking at testnet and mainnet and the smart wallets, they've already hit 2,000 transactions per second. That already blows most currencies out of the park. Most currencies don't even claim to get anywhere near that, or claim to be able to eventually get anywhere near that. That's fantastic. This is on a single threaded. This is them working single threaded. So eventually, by the end of Q2, they're hoping to be at 10,000 transactions per second, multi-threaded. Q2 is coming to an end very shortly. So this is and that's where their testnet is going to be verified. Testnet 0.1. This is wonderful news. This is they're well on track. They've got a target that are quite short in terms of timelines, in the sense that they're expecting to deliver these things very soon, which is again really encouraging. And then even more encouraging than that, Q4 they're looking to hit 100,000 transactions per second in Q4 of 2018. That's soon. That's not far away. They're looking to have mainnet up by then, smart wallets out. This is really, really soon, and then hopefully by Q2 2019, or to have over 1 million transactions per second. This is fantastic news. This is exceptional stuff. These are not far away deadlines, so people are going to have their money locked in for who knows how long, and just hoping on the wishing well that things will eventually come. No, they have plans in the short term ready now. So that's all good news. So this is good for testnet, good for mainnet, and good for even their smart wallet implementation. This is all looking really good for them. And then finally, just to look at some expert opinions as well, so it's not just me in my own head. And this is something anyone can do really easily, especially if you don't understand the technical side. You can always just consult other people. And in terms of ICO drops, they've been rated very high. In terms of Ian Bellina, he's rating this 87 out of 100. The Gob one, 92%. Crypto Briefing, 82%. Sergio, 99%. Lendex, 86 out of 100. Diddy Carter, A-, and Tom H. Chase, a gem. This is spectacular. Yeah, this is very fantastic stuff. You don't see many other things out there with these kind of ratings. Eden Chain's got some good ratings. Next Exchange has got some good ratings. But aside from a couple others, you really are not seeing anything like this. This is really in a league of its own, and I think aside from Next Exchange, I don't think anything else has got as consistently high ratings from the experts as this particular product. So this product definitely has to be a huge yes from me. A huge yes. Something to definitely look into. And I think they've already got so much, traction, as I was saying before, that they've had to limit how much people are going to be able to initially put down in their main sale. Be careful, by the way. There are many scams out there. A lot of people impersonating them because it's such a promising project, and they know people are going to be willing to throw money at it. So be careful. But this is definitely one to look out for. So yeah, on that note, hopefully this has been informative, helpful. One, how to look at ICOs generally. So I hope it's been paradigmatic in that regard, but also I hope it's been helpful in terms of actually evaluating Quarkchain as a product. If you like this, like it, like the video. If you want to know more, subscribe. But most importantly, if you're actually interested in that product, go and check out the white paper, read up for yourself, look into expert opinions, check their roadmap, check their GitHub, and then make a decision as to whether you want to invest or not. So I'm crypto crazy, and I hope this was helpful. Cool.